So that'll be worth looking into. Then we got the Shaman. And we also got the Bane charm. Like, we didn't already have enough Venus Djinn charms to work around with. Looks like that Grand Djinn had a memento of an old friend. And slightly concerned about us getting this too early, but we did take on the last boss. Until final boss time. So I think we'll be fine. I can't think of any way we could really abuse it. We might as well have fun. Now, as much as I would want to save actually getting the Grand Djinn for once we get all the other ones, I feel like I would be cheating you all out of something special if we went for the whole time. If I went for the whole trouble, and you all, resulting in you all going through the team of watching me going through that trouble, and didn't actually redeem the reward for doing so. So let's get on that. I think this is my first time getting it so early, so this will be, even though it kind of breaks the idea I have for the playthrough, it's good for playtesting purposes if nothing else. Hi there, little friend. I would say no need to run, we won't hurt you, but we did kind of just fight it a little earlier on. So as far as the Djinni is concerned, it has all the reason to be concerned about us. Okay. I did this partly wrong. Let's get this back to where it started. I know moving it over there helps us to some degree, but I might be thinking of it a little later. Like, after we get that chest down, then cute 666 scheme. Couldn't edit the coin amounts even if I wanted to, so that ain't my fault. Alright, so put you over here. And I think that'll help us get that chest once we solve the other pieces of the puzzle. I think now we push it over to where I had it before. And all that will let us get what's in here. It's a Phoenix Wing. I was gonna say, I don't think it's really changed, but technically it is. Also, I can't believe I forgot to actually refresh the whole water bottle this whole time. Now let me look into where we're supposed to push that over. I forgot to do that earlier and might bite me in the butt because we gotta get that chest over about here in order to be able to hop to it. Guess I'll just get that real quick while I'm chasing after the Djinn here. I'll be back for you in a second, buddy. I gotta take care of a little something that I forgot to do earlier. And I mean, now that it's over here, we should be able to get the Djinn itself without too much of an issue. Hi. We're doing this song and dance? You're not the first one that I've had to deal with this with. And I've had solutions to deal with it since the very beginning of the adventure. How about you freeze and take a little chill pill? And with all that, the Grand Djinn Pirate has joined the party. All that hype up I did, it's not as crazy as it made it sound out. Eliminate boost in a Song of Demise. This is basically draft, but with a wider range. And with the way that enemies are going to be boosting stats endgame, that may actually make it better than Bane in most situations, considering you can never really, like, give a boss Venom or anything like that. But I think like a lot of the ideas for the battle style they had for Period and all, and this whole focus on like death and demise, that was because like an initial draft I had for Dawn of Djinn, Period was gonna be an instant KO move. Like, it would have the power of Bane, but instead of causing Venom, it would cause it to kill. I kind of was worried that was a little too broken, and so I eventually came up with the idea of its new effect. And honestly, I think it's for the better, because otherwise it would have been just way too situational. Here we're getting a lot. This way, however, even whether it be a random encounter, a boss fight, there's a lot more situations that actually use Period than Bane. Plus, we have Bane as a Djinn charm now, so it's not like we don't get to completely not have it. And Demon Axe. Oh, that's okay. So I do still have cursed items in Dawn of Djinn, and we're finally starting to get to some of them. Unleash Venom Cloud. It has a very similar, like all axes, very strong, but drops your speed a bit. There is one new thing about axes that I think would be worth showing off. I can equip, as you know from if you've played Golden Sun before, the gimmick with cursed items is that they tend to be powerful, but completely at random you'll be immobilized, so it's a bit of a gamble to have them. And in normal Golden Sun, worst of all, once you equip it, you cannot remove it. You can only remove it by going to a Seikam and getting it recovered. That second part I find kinda dumb. So, for Dawn of Djinn, I removed that feature. So you still have to deal with the... It doesn't completely do anything to cursed items. I just find that it makes it more convenient. That being said, I'm not personally a huge fan of cursed items, so we probably won't be using this until quite a bit later. Also, before I forget, I gotta like get one of these Djinn charms back on Ivan. Not that it really matters, because I feel pretty confident that we are done with Void Island for now. I already feel like I did one floor too many. Because this feels like we're on floor 7 or something, so we'll come back to finish this dungeon later. For now, we have plenty of new toys to play around with as is. And I got an idea of a little area that we can do just that with. You would think that with all the Djinns that we've gotten so far, I would actually start messing around with trial elemental classes, and I guess I could. I do kind of feel... I would feel a bit more safe if we wait until we have all the Djinns, just because, unlike Lost Age, the Djinn count to actually get the trial elemental classes is pretty strict, and you don't really have as much flexibility to use Djinns while still staying in those classes, unlike in Lost Age. So I literally fell in for the beginner's trap of using 3 different types of Djinns for trial elemental classes. Though it's 2 Djinns, and your default element counts as one of the 3 elements that makes up trial elemental. That is how it works. Yeah, we have a full set of Djinns on Mia, and it's still pretty close when it comes to White Mage. Then again, I don't think we've ever actually showed the White Mage in action, so sure, leave it for this fight. If I can make a trial elemental class out of Garrett or Ivan, maybe I can justify this decision a little more. Yeah, see what I mean? We're able to get 3 of our party members in the Triumph of the class, but Kira's kind of left here a bit slacking. You know what though? I think we can work with it. Let's go with Boone. He might be our best offensive option, and you have Pyrrhus, so we could maybe show that off. I just gotta check something. Okay, yeah, I have the Titan's armor. So I have the carry synergy. It would be really awkward if I did this fight before even taking on the original boss yet.